There are many big hairstyling brands that are especially popular here on YouTube, but in this video I wanted to discuss with you guys which brands I actually think are a bit overrated. As men, when it comes to hair products, we've got more choices than ever before. And if you've watched any men's grooming or style videos in this genre on YouTube before, you'll know that your favourite YouTuber has probably got a hair product which he recommends every single time. You're told left, right and centre, this is the best hair product, this is the best hair product, this is the best hair product. And unfortunately, I feel like sometimes the placebo effect takes over. Hair products can quickly go from being a reasonably good hair product to the best hair product in the world. Luckily for you guys, I have tried pretty much every hairstyling brand there is going. I've got a stupid amount of hair products, well over 300 to 400. So in today's video, I wanted to really feature a few products that aren't necessarily bad at all. Some of these products are actually quite good, but ones that I think, because the way they get talked about in this community, that they're just overrated. Coming in at number 5 on this list of the most overrated hair products for men is Blue Man. This in particular is an extremely popular brand here on YouTube. I've used both versions of the Styling Meraki by Blue Man, and I was also lucky enough to be sent the Cavalier Clay. Now in the general scheme of hair products, these are pretty good. However, I've seen loads of reviews of the Blue Man products that I just don't think are very honest. Loads of people treating these like they are the perfect hair products. The fact of the matter is, although they are good, they are not incredibly good. And in my opinion, they're also quite expensive. Both products that I've tried so far have said that they apparently have a natural finish, but I found that that isn't really the case. There is certainly a slight greasiness to both of these products. Out of these two, the Meraki is my favourite just because of its versatility. If you want to use one product and then use it for a pre-styler and a post-styler, this can work. But in my opinion, it's not as good as using a separate pre-styler and styling product. The real impression that I get from Blue Man is that their products are designed for guys who've got really thick, luxurious hair that you see on Instagram and YouTube. Not my hair type, which is quite fine hair. I do understand that they have recently released some of this hybrid cream clay, which is apparently for guys with either finer or thinning hair. But I know that Robin James, who is someone that I absolutely trust when it comes to hair product reviews, recently tried this out on his channel. He's got very similar hair type to myself, and he said that he wasn't really impressed with it. With the brand in general, there isn't really a product that I think, oh, this is an amazing product. So for that reason, in my opinion, it's overrated. The number 4 overrated hair products brand is a budget one this time, and that is Vo5. If you're from the UK, you're going to see Vo5 hair products for men in basically every single drugstore. This is the most popular men's hairstyling brand in the UK, and these products are the cheapest out of the ones on today's list. But just because they are the cheapest doesn't mean that they can escape being overrated. And what's the reason that I think this brand is overrated? Well, number 1, I think that they've just got way too many products. It makes it incredibly difficult to choose when you see them all stacked up on the shelf which one's actually going to work. Also, I think that their products are quite inconsistent as to whether they're good or not. I've tried basically every single one of the Vo5 products, and they certainly don't perform at an equal level. I would much rather them stick to a more limited selection of 4 to 5 really decent products. And the Vo5 products are also overrated because this seems to be the immediate recommendation for budget products when it comes to men's blogs and YouTubers. And in my opinion, I think this is just because these people who are writing about it haven't really tried enough hair products. They're just going for Vo5 because it is the biggest brand in the UK, so it's the easiest one to find. But in my opinion, that doesn't mean it's the best. I think that in particular, the matte clay is hugely overrated. I've seen dozens of videos on YouTube alone about this product being the best cheap product for men. It just isn't. The hold is weak, you can't really get much volume in your hair, it leaves a greasy finish. I did a full range review of the Vo5 products compared to other high street products in a video a while ago. So if you want to know which ones are good and which ones aren't, I'd recommend watching that video after this one. But since filming that video, I tried one of their other products. I'm seemingly an addict to these, and that is their version of the matte paste that comes in this vertical dispenser that looks a bit like toothpaste. And this stuff is by far and away the best Vo5 product there is. This one's got the best hold, the best finish, the best volume out of all the ones I've just shown you. So if you do want to get yourself a cheap Vo5 product that works really well, I'll leave a link to this one in the description. But if you want an alternative to Vo5 that you can find on the high street that's similarly priced but that isn't overrated, I mean it's probably underrated, fantastic option is the Fish Soho Hardcore Hold Putty, which I will leave a link to also in the description. Number 3 on the overrated hair products for men brands is Pedro. And this is one that I've been a bit surprised by, and it's one that I'm sure you'll be surprised by if you've watched my channel for any length of time. Because in the past, I've talked about how good the Pedro putty is. And for ages, this was my go-to product of choice because the hold was really good, the finish is great, it wasn't super greasy. It just did what a hair product has got to do. And as a result of being so impressed by the Pedro putty, I decided to try out some of the other products in their range. And I was absolutely blown away with how disappointing they were. I've tried some of their other regular products like the clay and the paste, and also their brand new range, which seems to be here in the UK but not in the US yet. And I was even more excited for these, which is the matte putty, the claymate, and the pure pomade. I was so excited, in fact, that I bought all three at once. To keep it short, I think that there are much better products out there for cheaper prices than these. They're £15 each, and for that price I was expecting a lot, and they just didn't live up to my expectations. The matte putty is basically just like a slightly worse version of the regular putty, even though the packaging's better. The finish is about the same, but the hold isn't as good as the original stuff. The claymate is like a clay, but it isn't as good as some other clays. The finish I found to be too wet and a bit greasy for my taste. And although the pomade smells great, it just doesn't perform very well. It just performs like a bang average pomade. And the thing is, in his videos, Alpha M, Aaron Marino, the founder of Pedro, goes on and on about how it's the best hair product brand in the world. And obviously that's his opinion. If you're watching this video, Aaron, my opinion is that you need to try and bring your other products up to the same level as the regular putty, which is by far and away the best product that your whole brand is now relying on. Coming in at number 2 on the most overrated hair product brands for men is Hands de Fuko. Hands de Fuko products aren't bad in the slightest. The ones that I've tried anyway have been really good. The claymation is a fantastic clay, and the quicksand is one of the most unusual products I've ever tried, but if you've got really greasy hair then it can certainly be of use. So you're wondering what's the reason then of having these on the list? And the reason that these are on the list is because the ridiculous levels of hype that these products get on YouTube in particular means that they can never live up to that reputation. It gets absolutely rammed down your throats by certain bloggers that Hands de Fuko products are god tier. That these products are going to turn you into the most attractive person on this planet. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these YouTubers had a shrine with pictures of Hands de Fuko up, because these are apparently the holy grail of hair products. My opinion when it comes to this is that these are decent hair products, but they are by no means out of this world incredible. And that these people who are overhyping these products ridiculously need to get their head screwed on. But would I recommend trying these if you've got the money to spend on them? Definitely. And here it is, coming in at number 1, the most overrated hair products brand for men, in my opinion at least, is Label M. For those of you who have watched any of my hairstyle tutorials, you'll know that I often use the Label M thickening tonic, which in itself is a fantastic product. It's probably my go-to pre-styler for men's hair. That was my first real experience with this brand, and as a result I thought, you know, it's time to check out some of their other products. So I did, and they arrived, and it was Label M products are not cheap in the slightest. These are used in salons across the country, so I was expecting top quality results. And what did I get? I got a pair of products that in my opinion are comparable to what you can easily get for half the price on the high street. The ones in question here are the matte paste and the deconstructor. 2 products which loads of people online have said are amazing. So I decided to give them a go, and compared to the $300 products I've tried before now, they're certainly not top tier. The deconstructor is definitely the worst of the 2. This product smells incredible, the texture's great, but when you actually use it in your hair, there is quite a lot of greasiness there for what is apparently a dry matte finish product. And the hold's very average. It says firm hold again. I don't think that's true. A really disappointing purchase that I would not recommend getting. I also tried the matte paste. Again, smells like a wonderful salon. I was a bit hesitant to purchase this product because across a number of websites I've heard people leaving reviews basically saying that they've changed the formula of this stuff recently and that the new formula isn't as good as the last one, which was amazing. I don't know whether this is in an effort to save costs or make more profit, I'm not sure. But the version I've received, which I imagine is the latest version of this stuff, it's just not great. For a price of between about £17 and £24, I wanted this product to be great. And although the finish was much better than the deconstructor was, the hold just wasn't. It has about the same hold as a £4 high street product. So come on label, you need to get your act back together, lads, and change you back to the old formula if that was what was working, because this new stuff, not recommended by every man. Anyway guys, hopefully you did find this one useful. I'm not someone who is directly associated with the people making any of these products, so I felt like it was worth making this to give you guys an unbiased view. You'll find links to the best products from these brands in the description below, the ones that I mentioned in the video. Those products are the ones I would go for, and then the rest of them, not so much. If you enjoyed my honesty, make sure you press the like button. And I want to know from you, in the comment section below, what's the most disappointing hair product that you've ever used? If you want to see similar videos just like this one every single week, make sure you press the subscribe button, turn on notifications so YouTube will actually tell you when I upload, and I'll see you guys on the next video.